yeah, 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 nah, When coined by poignant emotions and withdrawn from the bank of peace, living becomes a struggle impelled by a lease, and the mechanism of being lent a hand is therefore driven by how much in turn you can grease its palm. For the head tailed by poverty finds it hard to think out of a piggy bank, especially when nobody else cares about a penny for your thought. Our dreams sank into the abyss, for there was no cash flow to keep them afloat. Now my people resort in the investment of booty and booze, hence accumulating more and more S and PF. I guess that's what you earn when you overlook the term Dlanubega. See, it was our reliability that made us assets, the labor credited for putting up their dreams as collateral, which will never ever be regained. And again, too many ideas swim in our mind like fish in the sea, but the loan sharks long divide our net worth. Now vacuum pockets is what is left as rightfully ours after they sold us dreams that will bring no change. Too many ideas swim in our mind like fish in the sea, yet still they say, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, even though he paves a cynical avenue with our revenue. Whoever knew that one day you will graduate just to build another man's dream and gradually forgetting your own? Even though we may grieve, I believe we are the tribe of tenacious demigods, subverting the nemesis on our skin, releasing the Pegasus from within to pave a Milky Way in the galaxies. The galaxies, when made a little bit lower than the heavenly beings, with the universe encrypted in us, and likewise we are right inside the universe. Forget about the fact that we are lost in between the many roads leading us to many homes and many hopes that many holds, in fear of living under a gravitational pull of the moon. We are made a little bit lower than the heavenly beings. We are made a little bit lower than the heavenly beings.
Hello Eswatini, hello world, Sanibonani, and welcome to another First Friday Poetry and Soul session. And we're coming at you live from Bab City, the cap city in the kingdom of Eswatini. My name is Tamsanga Sibanze, aka the KrTC of HipHop, and it is a pleasure once again to be your host. So once again, it's thanks to Ndibanweni for hosting us. And this is courtesy of the U.S. Embassy in the Kingdom of Eswatini. They picked up their hand to say, you know what, we love what you guys are doing. Can we please assist? So they gave us a place that we can call home, where every first Friday of the month, we come together and do these sessions. Obviously, before COVID-19, this place used to be vibrant and full of life, full of people, full of poetry lovers who would come out here and just vibe with us. But since the lockdown and all of that and social distancing, we are unable to gather, but we are able to come straight to where you are. So that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So ladies and gentlemen, today we have one amazing brother who's going to be doing his thing thizzle in a couple of minutes right here. Shout out once again to Daniel Toro of Daniel Toro Photography for giving us this live stream. He's the one guy who has just been making sure that in the space of DTtv, right now we've got Mdura, who's just launched his new show as well, and we've got a couple of shows that are lined up that are going to be coming out of DTtv. So thank you to Daniel Toro for the live streams. But for now, everybody stream Put your hands together. Show your love for this brother who born and bred right here in the kingdom of Eswatini, but internationally acclaimed. He is a multiplicity of talents. And today he's going to be sharing with you his art in the form of soul and poetry. He recently shut it down also at the MTN Bushfire digital experience. But today he is here just for you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this poetry and soul of Simisi Dlamini, aka Mysh. Let's get it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the introduction, KrTC. And hello, everybody. Welcome. Whatever time it is where you are, I certainly hope it's a good time that you're having. And yes, thank you for tuning in. Just a quick description of what it is I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to be performing 11 different pieces, 10 of which are compositions of my own, and the other one, which is the first one I'm going to do, is a cover of a song by Sam Cooke, which was written in the 1960s, in 1964 to be precise, at the height of the civil rights movement in the United States. And I thought it would be good to begin with this song, not only as a tribute to Sam Cooke, who is one of the forefathers of soul music, but also in light of the present-day human rights movements the world over. So I'm going to start with that song and do about 8 pieces without necessarily stopping, and then I'm going to have a brief hiatus to have a conversation, sit down and chat with KrTC of HipHop, and then I'm going to round things off with the final 3 pieces. So feel free to come and go as you wish, and thanks again for tuning in. Okay, we'll just take a moment to correct a small fault on the old sound engineer over there is trying to address it. Okay, well, let me hold on with the guitar for now. How are we doing? Okay, so we did have a sound check, but it turns out that it's all good over here, bro. Very interesting. We did. Okay, so let me start with a couple of poems. Right. Okay, that was somewhat unexpected, but hey ho, these things happen. We are living in a very strange time as it is. So I'm going to do a piece, start with a piece called No Breath in Vain. And after that, we're going to take a moment to just sort out the guitar issue, which incidentally didn't occur until just now, but these things happen. So this one's called No Breath in Vain. In just one sentence, I heard a smokescreen decadence, reminiscent of adolescence, a kind of prepubescence, just minus the innocence, pure petulance and insolence, ethical ambivalence, to be precise, indifference, pretense, blindness to consequence. Hence, this reply in self-defense, because I defy the negligence. Now, be it day or night, I'd never seek to fight unless that fight was right. More than you seemingly know, I only wish to see you grow. You get me, bro? So, You say you spoke in jest, and although I'm glad it's off your chest, I think for now, rest is best. Because if I was to put you to the test and gloat in shallow conquest, well, that would contradict my interests. In fact, embody what I most detest. However, if you must act the pest and remain obsessed with who's the best, the boldest, the brightest, the bravest, well, I'd still protest. Otherwise, be my guest. But don't expect me to invest in a superficial contest. I suggest we compete to be the kindest. Look, I don't mean to judge, and I certainly don't hold a grudge, but let's get this clear and plain. To slander your name has simply never been my aim. I don't play that tit-for-tat game. I won't call you lame. I won't be inhumane to inflict pain and bring you shame. Be you tough or tame, I will love you just the same. If you dishonor my name, I'll forgive you yet again, because our lives are not in vain. So come, let's establish our domain in a style that's innate, to alleviate this state, not infuriate our mate, to increase success rate, not remain sedate, to put food on the plate, to open the gate and eradicate hate. Listen, don't ever curse your fate or regret your birth date and then procrastinate until you think it's too late so that you contemplate hate, which we must not tolerate. No, let's let our power generate, our truth reverberate, the notion circulate, and the potion penetrate. Do I need to translate? Now that we're on a clean slate, let us all reorchestrate. Brethren, cooperate, so our souls free operate in all that we create, because our spirit is ornate. The time is now. Only we know how to step out of the mire and inspire the fire of desire, the desire to get higher, to climb higher and never expire, not acquire the attire, but build an empire without barbed wire and gunfire. Don't smother your brother, uncover one another, honor each other, pay tribute to your mother. She carried you inside and raised you with pride, so why hide? Take the stage and engage without rage. Don't fight like Johnny Cage, but turn the page and welcome a new age, a new culture. Not the culture of a vulture, like squirming vermin and pervs who get on our nerves abusing women and girls. And on that note, mister, respect my sister. I know you did more than just diss her, you hit her. And you wonder why she's bitter. 1,000 years couldn't dry her tears, but it's never too late to recognize, to apologize, to empathize with wiser eyes, to exorcise the effect of lies and epitomize the sunrise, and make amends with former friends. Stay humble, because you will stumble. Oh yes, you'll fumble, stumble, tumble, fall, but get up, stand tall. Breathe, don't brawl. Then break that wall, smash that ceiling. Enjoy the feeling, but quit the dealing and stealing and freewheeling and concealing. Start revealing. Embrace your healing, the rebirth of your sense of self-worth on this earth. We're redefining the word mining because it's more than gold that's shining. Now that we're realigning and combining and refining our timing instead of undermining and reclining and whining. But remember to have fun. And when you're done, don't run. And always shun the gun. By that I mean you're bigger than the trigger and the 7-digit figure. So don't dash with the cash or act flash like a king with the ring and the bling and the cha-ching. You know that thing. Be good to yourself, but it doesn't harm your health to share the wealth. And on health, let's get clean. Get lean, go green, not just to be seen, but to be a mean machine in every possible way, not once, but every day. March, April, May, straight or gay, whatever they say, pray. So when they shoot, you're strong and resolute, because they will shoot. Oh yes, some might smile and say good morning, but strike without a warning and leave as day is dawning, but our destiny is calling. So let's be better than before. Reject the iron claw, revive the sick and poor, resolve the pain of war, replace each broken door, replenish, redeem, restore, repair the bonds we tore. To breathe is not a chore in a world we should adore. Thank you very much. So we're going to have a brief commercial break just to try and get to grips with this small technical issue, and we'll be right back. So thank you very much.
A recent report by Femme International says, menstruation is a globally shared experience among all women. Women everywhere intimately understand what it is like to get their first period, and all women share similar symptoms. And yet, menstruation is a globally stigmatized issue and is a topic that people are constantly embarrassed to talk about, a topic that is only whispered about behind closed doors. Cultures all over the world have developed harmful, even destructive ideas and beliefs about menstruation. As a direct result of the persistent menstrual taboo, there's a critical lack of health education and resources available to young women about the menstrual cycle. While these taboos exist globally, they are especially prominent and relevant in developing countries. In Africa, one of the biggest reasons why adolescent girls miss school is menstrual monthlies. One girl says she wrapped a sock around her underwear just to stop the bleeding, terrified by the combination of what she was seeing and what she was feeling. Another time she taped tissue to her underwear. She didn't know what else to do. She couldn't ask for money because her mother is a single parent and has 5 mouths to feed. So she couldn't dare ask for money for this persistent monthly need. In this country, some girls will miss an average of 4 days of school each month, adding up to about 20% of the school year. Now, whether she is black, white, Jew, or Gentile, there is no way that she will have a fair academic assessment with that percentile. How on earth are girls meant to get ahead or even keep up at school if they have no other choice than to miss at least 5 days per month? Not cool. Her school life matters because without it, there are irreversible effects on her health, personal development, and economic status. When girls don't have access to sanitary pads, they will often choose to miss school or leave early or stay home altogether. A situation that we can easily resolve all together. You and me and you. You and me and you, and FPA are dedicated to play our part, not just with words and pamphlets, but with good deeds and loud art. This is not just another conversation about early sex and teen pregnancy. It is an urgent call for us to protect basic human rights and dignity. So when it comes to feminine hygiene products, let's do away with price tags and taxes. This is not a luxury, but a necessity that she has to deal with on a monthly basis. It is a long road ahead for the emancipation of women from this menstruation stigma. But here we are, laying out the roadmap that will lead us to the unraveling of this enigma. Like any other 100-mile journey, this too needs to begin with a small step of our breaking free from the taboo and shame, and encourage others to do the same. Masculinity is supposed to protect the vulnerability of our community. So, I see men, not just as producers and carriers of semen, but as men who will stand side by side with women on this turbulent waters that we set sail. The power of the unity of humanity will once again prevail. The light has come, and no longer shall our sisters suffer in the dark. Because the legacy of Noah is not that he saw the storm, but that he built the ark. The light has come, and no longer shall our sisters suffer in the dark. Because the legacy of Noah is not that he saw the storm, but that he built the ark.
It's about creating from home because it is our platform, and it is entitled Home is Your Platform. 2020 had us gearing up for exciting ventures, resolutions fueled by a new drive. We were building momentum. But an accident that ignited an accelerating pandemic pulled the brakes and it turned tragic. 2020 of distance, cancellation of events, termination of contracts, no contact. Though some of our lives have always been a quarantine, COVID-19 had our creative energies on a lockdown. But I am your wordsmith, unlocking your third eye. See me in your mind's eye. Feel me so vividly, my absence you deny. Listen to me carefully. This is your window of opportunity. Distance from the blinds, for they cloud you. Gaze within the walls that built you, and let my voice transcend you deeper into the roots of your artistry, the fruits of poetry. Nobody leaves malnourished. It is essential to devour art. I am the waters of the Red Sea, healing you from the ebbs that cripple you. Part with idleness, flow with me. I call this wave the collaboration movement, like Lakers, the shooters of every point. Load your slings and leave no stone unturned. It is your turn to quell the giant and put your name on it. Like KrTC, quenching consumers with content, leaving them content. Connect. Watch colonized corporate minds appreciate the art. Create. This is how we get lit. Let your surroundings spark ideas, then command your position in this place. Unapologetically take up space. I promise the vision is still on board. Reform ideas infected and deformed. You are the antidote. I am your tool. Don't be a fool. You have a bill. Netflix and chill all day won't pay. Log in to the present. Unwrap the future. You too are an important, potent creative. Stay active. Your home is your platform. There are infinite digital spaces open. Tune in. This life is a live stream. Anyone could be watching. Don't just pin your interests. Begin in an instant. It's never too late. When the sun rises and the birds tweet, do not retreat. Preheat every gram of lost hope. Bake. Awaken your creativity. I am your catalyst, the yeast of productivity. Every dream is still within your reach. Just rise and deliver. Shoot your shot at every point. Unleash the David in you. Slay every Goliath against you. Beloved, maybe you are right. Many do not like peas, but if it's your pod, cast it. Creating keeps us sane, so sanitize the somber world. You are the antidote. I am the pen for the prescription. Note, it is not written in any book, but I am the face of it. You just haven't read it yet. At the tick of every talk to your clock, you will be alarmed to realize I am your antivirus. Here to remind us, let us create, transform and hone our skills from home. It is our platform, and from the stage we perform. So, break a leg.
Since the very beginning of time, we've been running. Now, even though some of us run to lose a couple of kilograms, back in the day, it was a totally different story altogether. Let me give you two stories. Before we developed the skills to fashion our weapons to kill our dinner, we used to chase them. We used to outrun them, literally. We would actually chase them for miles to heat exhaustion, which is pretty cool, I think. And then a courier by the name of Philippides in Greece around 490 BC ran a distance of over 250 kilometers to announce the victory of his people. So apparently he ran the entire distance, burst into the assembly, and yelled out in excitement, "We won!" And then he collapsed and died. So it turns out running too hard for too long can literally cost you your life. Sometimes we run to things, but oftentimes we run away. Let me show you.
Right, hello. We managed to sort out the problem with the speakers, and so this is Change is Gonna Come. Thank you for your patience. I was born by the river in a little tent, and just like that river I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh yes it will. Well, I go to the movies and I go downtown. Somebody keeps telling me don't hang around. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh yes it will. And when I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please, somehow he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Whoa, no, there were times that I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Thank you very much. That was A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. And the next piece I'm going to do is called Finite. Limbs grow with water and bread, but what nourishes souls? There's a soul to which nothing compares. It does whatever it dares with intolerance that scares. And if a fellow soul despairs, it's condolences and prayers, but to be fair, nobody cares. The soul of bad repairs, catching you unawares with each maneuver it prepares. Everything it declares indicates deceit upstairs. It tells you circles are squares, that slippery slopes are stairs, telling you fines are fairs, horses are hares, and peaches are pears, the stuff of nightmares. Nightmares causing anger, anger of the fiercest kind, anger at the manifestation of what we thought we had left behind, suggesting we've been blind, but not too blind to look back across history, so we can follow the trajectory and uncover the mystery to see that the victory of humanity over bigotry, which was meant to be a reality, is actually a fallacy. To this day, to this hour, another struggle for power, another story gone sour, the collapse of a tower, a bee without a flower, now a flower without a bee. Yes, sirree, let's see. The tables have turned, the bridges are burned. So what have we learned? Is life infinite? And every minute that you're in it, do you feel it or kill it or just remain complicit? Until that anger returns like a rash on the skin of your conscience after a dreadful realization, an allergic reaction. Anger, a wildfire spreading rapidly by bone marrow and melting flesh. Blood boils brutally, brains burn badly. Between the ears, a deafening roar. Ferocious, furious furnace, flared nostrils of a marauding dragon drunk on molten lava. Anger, an uncontrollable heat, producing copious beads of sweat, sweat that stings your eyes, eyes which promptly weep. Cascading tears reach your lips and drown attempted words, those poisonous proclamations, those piercing pronunciations, preceded by perverse preoccupations. Pathetic, petty ponderings produce plenty painful projectiles, profuse profanities protruding from the crevices of clenched teeth, reflecting the anger beneath, reflecting the spent patience of the divided nations of blacks, whites, mixed, and Asians because of human creations of past and present civilizations, which have led to underwater contaminations and animal asphyxiations, impacting future generations, so that now we beg the universe and dig deep into our purse as we belatedly converse, asking, how do we possibly reverse this self-inflicted curse that no doctor or nurse could feasibly medicate? To elaborate, is it so fantastic to have a gut full of plastic? Good fortune is finite, 'cause even for Superman, there's kryptonite. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was Finite. This next piece I'm going to do is a song called Choose to Go. Your question was not very easy to understand, but now I think I'm getting you. Let's open the door to the opportunity. Are you ready now? Beyond the shadow of a doubt. There will be more than you've ever seen. If you ever choose to go, there will be more than you've ever seen. But you have to be ready, ready. You say you've done everything you can do. The blood is on the guilty. Your heart is heavy some days. To overcome, you must hold on. I'll be there when you need somebody. Beyond the shadow of a doubt. There will be more go. There will be more than you've ever seen, but you have to be ready. There will be more than you've ever seen if you ever choose to go. Oh yeah, more than you've ever seen, but you have to be ready. Thank you. So this next song I'm going to do is going to be in my native tongue of Siswati, from the Kingdom of Eswatini. And it's called Emashonamini. Thank you. Uhamba njani emashonamini, ngibe neliphupho idolo, liphupho lami lingitshele ukuthi noma kanjani sitawuphumelela, noma kungaba kubi kwani ma, lilanga aliyoze lishone emini. Solo bayangibuta wema, bafuna kuvisisa ukuthi solo siphila kanjani, ngoba naku kuyabonakala sicinzetelekile, noma kanjani sitaphumelela, lilanga aliyoze lishone emini, kulamalanga siyahlupheka, labanye bathi live lethu liyasha, awunani angeke kube njalo. Woma uyifile yini lenzaba, simo selive sibi, akuyafika ngempela, kepha ngekwendlula kwesikhathi sitawuphakama, noma kungaba kubi kwani ma, lilanga aliyoze lishone, ngibe khashane kepha solo kuyabonakala, yonke intfo lenemnotfo ngathi iyanyomuka bo, asiyekeleni kulimala maswati lamahle. Noma kanjani sitaphumelela, lilanga aliyoze lishone emini, kulamalanga siyahlupheka, labanye bathi live lethu liyasha, awunani angeke kube njalo. Thank you very much. That was a song in my native tongue of Siswati called Emashona Mini. Now I'm going to do a piece called Dubious Dimensions. And it's a piece in which I've used alliteration as a means to explore what it feels like to toe the line between reality and fantasy, which is somewhat commonplace nowadays. And so you might find that there's some unorthodox imagery in this next piece, but hey ho, that's what it is, and you are welcome to make of it what you will. So, Dubious Dimensions. Introducing a fleeting fairy tale featuring the frequent friction between fact and fiction. Dubious dimensions, dapper dudes, dazzling damsels, distinguished dignitaries, dozy diplomats, drink, dance, dine, doing deeds of distraction while desperate dwellers decline. A detrimental design. Imagine a dozen devious detractors devising death like drugged dragons. Or a duo of dizzy daredevils devoured by deranged dogs during December's dirty diet. Dubious dimensions, destructive devices detonated. Doctors demand that deceptive details be ditched as danger is dealt with diligently, definitively, diffused, delicately disengaged dynamite. Destructive devices destroyed. Depleted defenses deployed. Dubious dimensions. Different doomed denominations deliberately distort dated doctrines. Decades of daft deposits deliver droves of dead dolphins. Desert dunes darkened due to density of toxins. Dubious dimensions. Dim, demented dictators divide dads and their dependents as this deluded dynasty decides the destiny of its descendants. David's deep depression. Daphne's dark demise. Did you look into their eyes? Well, David's eyes definitely didn't disguise disappointment, disorganization, discouragement, devastation, damage, disaster, distrust, deceit, dread, distress, divorce, debated, deadlines, deficit, drought, dirt, debt, doubt, dented, discredited, dejected, disrespected, deflected, deserted, diverted, dissolved, derailed, degraded, dehumanized. Disassociation disorders, days of dire dissatisfaction, deepening dilemmas, dubious dimensions. Deflated, but never defeated, dedicated, determined, devoted defenders. Dull dinner dates, disabled deep-sea divers, like dedicated drinkers, depart distracted drunk drivers. Damn. Deafening disturbances dilute the delicate duty of dopamine. You know what I mean? Decidedly difficult. Discordant dynamics of disjointed designs make for dangerous deliberations. Diverse deflections. Dramatic dissections. Dubious dimensions. Darlings. Thank you. This next piece is called Clarity and Stillness. Having drawn the line and shut the door, all noise quickly fades. Mental clutter vanishes. The strain of relentless endeavor subsides. That dense fog is lifted. Clarity and stillness replace insanity and illness. No crutches, no vices, no electronic devices. It takes zero destructive voices to make a wiser set of choices. A candle burns deep into the night, beckoning the stubborn dawn. Its flickering flame ignites a story. The story of human beings, where every person is a planet. Yes, each person is a planet with seasons, stars, and storms. Each beating heart is a life-giving sun, Blood flows through our veins like rivers rushing through terrains. Our skin, all-encompassing, is like a vast and vibrant ocean. If it stands that muscles are mountains, then surely curves are valleys, and maybe nerves are alleys. Lungs and forests alike, inhale, exhale. Tears of joy or pain represent good or unwelcome rain. Fear is a barren desert in the dead of night. Freedom is the open sky at the break of day. Thank you. Right. This next piece I'm going to do is a song called How Long? Thank you very much. How long did you wanna wait for our day to come? Not too long, because the tide is most definitely getting closer, so that the water's rushing over me, over you. Get closer. Hold me now, everything is gonna be just fine. Though I might walk away or see mankind some other time, the truth is you got me just dithering and lacking composure. Hold on a further minute and I'll show you consciously. I'll show you everything. Everything is gonna be just fine. Thank you very much indeed. And at this point, I will invite KrTC of HipHop, my host, over And so we can have a little chat, and I'll continue a bit after that with the performance. Thank you.
All right, you can just you can sit down right there, brother, and I'll just sort of perch up here. But man, I'm actually just watching the comment section. People are just going crazy and loving what you're doing, bro.
Thank you so much, bro. Yeah.
Where does it even come from? Where did it even start? I mean, I know you come from a family of scholars.
Yeah.
I'm homies with
my twin brother.
With your twin brher, Sisegelo, Cisco,
Yeah.
and everybody just loves his mind in terms of the way he does wordplay.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite people in the world. Shout out to Cisco. Cisco, what's happening, my bro? Yeah, love you, man.
Yeah. So where did it all come from? Where did it all start?
Well, I think back to when I was a kid. I guess it started off with the music.
Yeah.
Started off when I was very young. I grew up with 3 older sisters and my twin brother. We're all very much into music. They always sang when I was at home and stuff. We used to try and copy the songs of the early R&B songs of the 90s.
Yeah,
coming
of course.
up, and
Everybody went through that phase,
And
with songbooks and everything.
Absolutely, you know how it is. And I sang at church as well, growing up. And then when I got to my teenage years, got into music.
Okay.
In high school, my friend Ziver Olmez, myself and him, we started to explore the guitar and things.
Yeah.
I took it from there. So I went over and lived in England for 16 years.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about that? Just in terms of what role did that play in your artistic sort of growth and journey?
Well, I think it is very huge role, really, because I went to study in the arts, basically. I studied acting at a place called the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. So 3 years of acting training, in which, it's such a diverse course. It's the sort of course that prepares you for all aspects of life. You know, any career you can go into with it. So I did acting school, and I essentially spent 5 years, 6 years in London, in and around London as an actor, not really doing so much music. Except on the side, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And then after some time, I sort of let the acting take a back seat, and right now I'm sort of completely 100% doing what I'm doing now, essentially. But the London experience played a big role in just exposing me to different types of musicians, different types of approaches to sort of the technical side of playing music, and also the different kinds of music that people listen to on the other side of the pond. So it just kind of broadened my horizons, really, and
man, your story is just so inspiring, and obviously I've had the pleasure of sort of just watching it from a distance, obviously being close to Cisco, but watching you from a distance. But
Cisco is my brother, by the way.
Oh Sisegelo, aka Cisco. So I just wanted to find out, just in terms of when you listen to your poetry and even your music, in terms of there's obviously a whole lot of research. You can tell that there's a whole lot of reading. Your vocabulary goes on forever and ever and a day more.
Well,
and this is one of the conversations that I usually have with aspiring artists and poets out there, just in terms of the flexing your mental muscle with literature. Tell us your side of that story.
Wow, the way you put it is actually perfect. I think in hindsight, that's what's been happening over the years. Not that I've been sort of intentionally trying to flex my sort of cranial mechanisms, but it's just a case where in drama school, I did a lot of reading. There is a lot of reading.
Yes.
So I got very much used to reading lines and memorizing lines. And I guess that side of my brain sort of has just been as you say, sort of exercised. And then of course the music as well sort of helps. And I'm quite open to I do read a lot in general. Sort of novels and things. And up until recently, the newspaper, but I'm using that more to keep the fire burning at home,
of course,
with the wood. But I'm not. So there's a lot of reading that goes on. Yes.
Great stuff. Mysh, before I let you get back to the music,
Yes.
just a final question: can we expect any record, any music to be released? Because we're loving what we're hearing here.
Yeah.
But one of the best things about an artist is if you can take that musical experience and and use it and play it when you want to. Can we expect anything from you anytime soon?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's a constant work in progress.
Sure.
At the moment,
Sure.
what I'm doing is I've set up a YouTube channel.
All right.
As is everyone else. But this is where we are in the world, and
of course.
I want to got a couple of videos up there. That's probably going to be the best place to sort of like.
Okay.
I'm not looking to sort of necessarily make money out of the music.
You just want to create.
Yeah, and just share and
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to see more of it, very shortly, and by very shortly I mean within the next 6 months of the year, I'm going to be uploading music videos and other content, not just music videos, but music videos and some spoken word stuff. And
great stuff, man. We're looking forward to that. I know I definitely am. Man, I respect this brother, his art, his craft, his passion, his dedication. You should have seen. This show started at 6:30. He was here at 4 to make sure that the setup is right, to make sure that like tech check and everything. That's how much dedicated he is to his craft, and we can do nothing but respect that. So,
thank you very much.
What are you going to be doing for the remainder of the time?
We lost a little bit of time, but what time are we on now?
It doesn't matter. The people are loving it. So
so basically, I am going to play a few more songs, my own compositions, as well as a poem.
All right.
Yeah.
Great stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for choosing to be with us here on First Friday Poetry and Soul Sessions. This is a platform that was set up between myself and the Embassy of the Kingdom of Eswatini, specifically the Public Affairs Office. We felt like, you know what? We definitely need a space where we can make knowledge cool again, and we can have poets and singers come here and flex. But we chose the first Friday of the month to run away from the clutter of the last weekend of the month where everyone's trying to host a show and all of that. So once again, thanks to the U.S. Embassy in the Kingdom of Eswatini. Thanks to Ndibanweni for hosting us. Shout out to Daniel Toro for the live stream that you're watching right now. This right here looks like $1 million production, and it's all because of that brother, and we appreciate it very much. Thanks to you for always choosing to tune in and follow whatever is going on right here. From me, the courtesy of hip hop, I will not be coming back. I will let Mysh ride us into the sunset. It's peace, love, and happiness. Stay safe, and we love you and appreciate the fact that you love and appreciate the arts. Mysh, over to you, brother.
Thank you very much. I certainly hope you guys are ready to be ridden into the sunset, or to ride with me into the sunset. The sun has already set in my current location, but hey, let's just suspend our disbelief, shall we? Righto. This next song here is called You Know It. Thank you. So the rain is gone. I think it's time to hit the road. I think so. 'Cause if I hang around, it won't be easy to hold back when I see you. You give me the runaround and you know it. Oh, my race is run. I think it's time for me to go. I go. Whoa, won't catch me standing here. I don't wanna know what you're doing. You give me the runaround and you know it. Yes, you know. I know you know it. Of course. Now the night is near. I think I might just disappear. I think so. And if I'm heading out of town, I'm not looking to come back anytime soon. You give me the runaround and you know it. And when the morning comes, baby, I won't shed a tear. No, I won't. I won't be missing you. Oh, no, I won't. Try to find you. You give me the runaround and you know it. Yes, you know. I know you know it. Of course. Now that I'm on my way, I wish I had good words to say, but I don't. When I say goodbye, please believe me, baby, I gotta be going. You give me the runaround and you know I was never sure. Maybe I could have done more. Maybe not. Won't catch me standing here. Oh, no, I won't. Try to find you. You give me the runaround and you know. Thank you very much. That was You Know It. This next song is called All of My Days. Really hope to see things work. For all the times we tried before this, for every story left untold, where the lesson was to be bold, bold in the face of our fears. I'm ready to receive you. I always knew you'd come around eventually. Some say that what we have is no good, but This is more than just a feeling. So let's hold our heads up high, 'cause we don't need to justify what we have done. I'm ready to receive you. I always knew you'd come around eventually. Evidence is showing that our confidence is growing, but we don't ever need to brag about all our triumphs of today. Just bid farewell to your worries. I'm ready to surrender. I've waited for this one moment all of my days. A goodbye is a word I've heard too many times. It seems that right from the beginning we were lost in a maze. We had no home and no direction, but now we certainly have one. Oh, now we have one. I'm ready to receive you. I always knew you'd come around eventually. Thank you very much. Right, this is actually going to be the last piece I'm going to do tonight. Earlier on, I played a song. I did a poem, actually called "Bury the Hate," and this is a poem called "Bury the Hate." Actually, I didn't play "Bury the Hate" tonight. That was the other night. But but hey, I'm gonna do "Bury the Hate," the poem version now anyway, and that will be the end of proceedings tonight. And if anyone's still there, thank you very much. And this is "Bury the Hate." How do we breathe inside this bubble, in the midst of perpetual trouble? Dare we step outside of it for a minute? Or would that be too much compassion to exhibit? After all, it's not a prerequisite for us to venture beyond our chosen limits. Perhaps our lives are just too exquisite, too precious to turn our eyes and compromise or jeopardize the sacred prize, the paper prize. It's time to shed the disguise and face the lies. I once turned a blind eye. Indeed, I thrived, full of pride, whilst helpless mothers cried as their only children died over there on the other side, where there is no place to hide, and where the only mouth to feed is the merciless tongue of greed, for whom the secrets remain well kept, so that we blindly still accept that we can only preserve our plot, because theirs, well, we cannot. So we pretend that we forgot, while the children's corpses rot, on the scrap heap of denial, which will fester for a while, but not long enough to alert our collective conscience to the hurt and to the blood spilt like wine, which betrays our real design, which is to savor and refine all that with which we are blessed and stand united in that quest. What will it take for more of us to see that we all have a responsibility, not just to ourselves, but to our family, the human race, may be soon lost without a trace? So if you're prone to turn up your nose or seldom care which way the wind blows, please don't. When times are bleak and your neighbors are so weak that they cannot stand or speak, when it's your help they seek but you turn the other cheek, please don't. Don't persist to resist, but try to assist. Life was meant for living, so let's start forgiving. And should this vow be spoken, let's try not see it broken. I owe it to our children and our children's children. Before it's too late, bury the hate. Thank you very much.